Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the market call brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. So this morning, being the 15th of September 2025, you're welcome. We are going to be looking at the analysis for the week, starting with DXY and the other dollar correlated pair. Then from there, we go to Japan to share what is going on the yen basket and yen correlated pair. I will round up with the precious metal. All right, so just stay tuned and you can just try as much as possible. You share the link with every of your friends, your colleagues, everyone you know. This session is going to be of the great benefit too. You can go ahead and share the link to the session with them. All right, so this morning we'll be starting with the DXY. The reason why we are going to be starting with DXY is so that we can have a full glimpse of what is going on the dollar, which with that gives us heads up on what we are going to observe and notice on the other dollar correlated pair. All right, so let's start. For the dollar, on the weekly time frame, we are going to see, yes, we are very much bullish after this long consolidation. We saw our price pull back and broke structure to the downside. However, when price got to the downside here, meaning to around the 96.400 level, we begin to see a very strong consolidation since 30th of June, right? So now where exactly are we heading to and what do we want to achieve with the dollar index? We are going to get much more clarity on that when we get to our daily time frame analysis. All right, so let's go to the daily time frame to see what do we have on the daily time frame. For the daily time frame, all we have here is we've seen how that, yes, we've seen some level of market structure shift as price traded above this particular region around this stock here, right? And the moment price did that, then it's telling us a story. Right now, after the market structure shift to the upside, we see how that price pull back again and start consolidating. And we've been waiting for it to come and take out this particular liquidity point here, below this level. And when price takes it out, then we can now begin to look for opportunity to buy. That was our expectations all throughout last week. But instead, price was just ranging within that long consolidation since the 13th of August. All right, now where are we heading to now? What is our final conclusion for the DXY? Now we are expecting it to short all the way to this level to take out this low here. Then we can begin to look for opportunity to long. If taking out this low did not come back to take out the low that is created around the 96,400 level. All right, so that is the outlook. But let's now look at it from the 4-hour. How to use it in our trading for the day. All right, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame. For the 4-hour time frame, we are going to observe that yes, the consolidation is still very much to the downside, which is still telling us that we are most likely going to see a bearish DXY today, bearish dollar for the day. And on the 1-hour time frame too, that's saying that market is pushing towards the downside, even though we are seeing something that looks more like the market structure shift here. But as we all know, that the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. However, the lower time frame makes up the higher time frame. So for that brings us into the conclusion that what we are expecting to see on DXY is a sell to buy, particularly for the week. All right, so that is it. Let's quickly look at the dollar correlated pair, starting with Euro USD. And from Euro USD, we are going to check also GBP USD. Now for Euro USD, if you look at it very well, this is on the weekly time frame. From the weekly time frame, you observe we are very much bullish on the weekly time frame of Euro USD. After the buy all the way from this level, saw some little pullback and the bullish move continue all the way to the upside. Euro USD today. Now this on the daily time frame, we want to see price, give us a very clean entry on the daily time frame. For the daily time frame, if you look at it, there's still room very much to upside. And let's quickly take a look at something on the weekly time frame of DXY. We are going to observe for the weekly time frame, we have some reference points somewhere at this top here, which is this fair value gap that we are still expecting price to come up to and trade into. And if you look at it from the monthly time frame too, there is also a very clean move around that side too on the monthly time frame, which is that fair value gap that we are still expecting price to go and tap into. So that is giving us a clear move on the daily and even on the lower time frame too, that what we should expect is a buy of the EUR USD all the way to this upside, right? And because of this strong consolidation that we've been seeing, and knowing fully well that we are still expecting dollar to create a sell to buy, and that is going to give us a buy to sell on pairs like Euro USD. Now, what is the now trade for Euro USD since our bias is for the buy? Now, since we've already seen price, moving all the way to the upside, where are we heading to? Looking at what we have here, we are still very much in a very strong range, and we've not really seen a very clear entry to join any buy. But go to the 1 hour time frame to see what we have on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour time frame, we are seeing mostly, since price is consolidating here, let's see what price is going to do all the way to the upside. But we'll be very willing to buy if price pull back, if price creates take out all this high at this level here, which is trading above all this liquidity point. If price could clear all this liquidity point, then it pull back a little bit, which we are going to refine the entry of 15 minutes now to see where we can easily join the buy of Euro USD. And on the 15-minute time frame, good. What we have on the 15-minute time frame is this: we are very much bullish for Euro USD all the way to the upside. Now, if price takes out this high that we are seeing, then we should expect it to pull back a little bit more and come and trade into this zone here, which is going to be a very good entry signature for us if we are going to take it up. All right, so this is it here for price to come and tap into. Yes, we've seen how price attempted this particular level and it ran all the way up. But two things happen. If price breaks out of this high, we are most likely going to see it pull back again into this is going to be the major level for the buy of Euro USD, of which if you look at it, after price breaks this structure, which we are anticipating a price breaks through it, then if we want to look at our box pattern, then that means price is most likely going to come back into this level and start buying. So what we are trying to say is the whole of this zone is a buy zone for Euro USD, while at the same time, this level is also it, which means if you want to long Euro USD for the day, you want to wait and see what price does somewhere here, which is 16 around 15 pips SL, or if you are willing enough, you want to wait, you want to take it somewhere around this place, and that will be 27 pips SL, and you are targeting your 1:2 or 1:3. This is it on the 15-minute time frame. You are targeting your 1:2 or 1:3, which is somewhere around the top here. And price still also, trading into our POI, where we have on the weekly time frame is where our target is still going to be. So this is going to be the first entry. If you can enter here, you are going to have an SL of about 27 pips. And if you want to wait for price to get to this reference point proper, then that's going to be about 15 pips stop loss. All right, so that is that for Euro USD. If you have any question, you can start sending in your question as we are going to address it anytime from now. All right, now let's quickly look at GBP USD. What do we have on GBP USD? Right from the daily time frame of GBP USD, let's even consider the weekly time frame of GU. Now, for the weekly time frame of GU, we are still very much bullish. You can see how that price is still pushing all the way to the upside. But I'm seeing something how that price has come already to take out this liquidity that we have here, this guy here, and it broke structure, taking out this low and selling all through to the downside. Now, this move to the upside is more like price going to retest this level, and we are going to see a sell anytime soon when price gets to a POI there. But on the daily time frame, we see a very clean pulse pattern playing out on GBP USD, which is this being the shoulder. You can see it's already been marked there. This is the shoulder here. We see the sweep of liquidity, and now we've seen the break to the downside. So what we are expecting now is price coming all the way up to take up this double top, take it away. Then we are going to begin to see a sell of GBP USD. Where exactly are we looking out for the sell of GBP USD? There's high tendency to begin to see the sell of GBP USD when price begin to get to this particular level, and also put into consideration what we are expecting to see on the DXY. So we're expecting a sell to buy on DXY, which means when DXY is selling, we want to see GBP/USD buy a little bit more to the upside to take out liquidity at this point and start selling to the downside. But let's look at the lower time frame starting from 4 hours to see what exactly do we have on GBP/USD right now. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we are still very much in more of a range since the sell of that we saw somewhere around this level here. And now, what exactly should we look out for the GBP/USD sell? Now, this is it. We should expect price to come and take out this liquidity point here, which is exactly what we were waiting for somewhere here too. All right. So let's allow price take out this double top and also attempt this level here. And you can see the liquidity point we draw from the daily time frame. This is it showing up on the 4-hour time frame. When price takes out this level, and even you can also observe that this is more of the support that was broken, and it should turn a very strong resistance when price get there. So we should look for opportunity to short here. But before price get to that level, it's going to be buying all the way to that level. Let's go to the lower time frame to look for any buy opportunity that is showing up on the lower time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, all we are still seeing is price still attempting all the way to clear to the upside. So I would advise we just wait a bit because we've not really seen any clear move there. Right, great. But on the 15-minute time frame, I'm seeing a very cool move also. Just we saw it on the EUR/USD. Now you can see this is a typical bus pattern playing out here, and this is shoulder right here. So this is what we should look out for EUR/USD. If by any means price pull back all the way into this zone, meaning we are expecting price to sell to this particular level and start buying into our 4-hour POI where we want to, long short GBP/USD. So we expect price to sell all the way to come and take out this diagonal liquidity here, and also this low here. When price takes it out and tap into this shoulder, we can begin to buy GBP/USD. So this is going to be our entry for GBP/USD, and we'll be watching out for it. And that's almost also about 15 to 16 pip, and we are targeting 1:2 or 1:3. Somewhere at the top here. So that is also the outlook for GBP/USD. All right. Moving forward, let's quickly take a look at the precious metal, since we already know our buyers for the GBP/USD and the other dollar correlated pair DXY itself. All right. For the precious metal, we are still very much bullish. If you look at it from the weekly time frame, everywhere is still very much to the upside. We are still very bullish on the weekly time frame. As we see last week, price created a new all-time high somewhere around the 3,674 levels. All right, and today on the daily time frame, we've been seeing that after that breakout, we are seeing another level of consolidation after this massive breakout that we have here. When price broke out of this range, we are now seeing some other level of consolidation again, lasting for almost about 4 days now. Today being the 5th day, you can see how the price has been consolidating. So what should we expect to see? Since we are expecting a sell to buy on the DXY, there's high tendency we see a buy to sell on the precious metal, right? So which is on the 4-hour time frame, you are going to see the consolidation is very much. So we are expecting price to take out this liquidity level here. When price takes it out, give us an entry signature on the 4-hour level, on the 15 minutes, then we can easily sell all the way down. But remember, the sale of the precious metal this time around is just more like a scalping. You are trying to get what you have for the day, right? You are trying to get what you have for the day. So that is what we are looking out to do on DXY, particularly for this week. So it's just going to be a buy to sell. So let's go to the lower time frame to look for entry signature, either for the buy. Then when price gets to the POI for the sell, you can easily begin to follow through to the downside. Now for the buy, where exactly do we have entry right now? Right now, I'm not really seeing any entry for the precious metal buy right now. I'm not really seeing any entry for the precious metal buy right now. Instead, we should allow price to take out this liquidity level that we have here, as you can see. But looking at it, we have our boss pattern, which we called out last week. We traded this last week for this sell, and price coming there again to pull back. But this time around, there's high tendency. Price is going to take out this liquidity point. When price takes it out, then we should now look for opportunity to short to the downside. All right. So that is for the precious metal. Okay. So let's go to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket for the week, and that is going to give us an insight of what we want to see on the yen correlated pair. For the yen basket, we are going to observe that we have more liquidity below here, which we've been saying for the past few weeks now, and we are expecting price to come all the way, take out this liquidity, tap into this reference point, and start buying. All right, so this is a sell to buy outlook also for the yen basket. Now on the daily time frame, it becomes much more clearer on the daily time frame because this is the liquidity level. And as we all know, the yen basket, for its build of liquidity, for it to come back to come and grab it up. Okay, that's what price is gradually doing here now. We want to see a sell to buy on the yen basket. All right. Now, if that is what we are looking out to see on the yen basket, what exactly should we now do with this information that we just got from the yen basket? It's simply telling us something that on the yen correlated pair, we should look out for a bullish day for the yen correlated pair, starting with GBP JPY. Now for GBP JPY, our analysis for some weeks now is we've been expecting the buy to continue just for it to come and tap into this reference point. And if you are conversant with the analysis we just finished on the GBP USD, it's also telling us what we should also look out for in GBP JPY. Now, this is the reference point on GBP JPY. We're expecting price to come and trade into this fair value gap. And when price gets to the fair value gap, we begin to look for entry signature for us to short all the way to the downside. Now, on the 4-hour time frame of GBP JPY, we are going to observe price is still very much, pushing to the upside. So what we should do is let's go to the lower time frame, 15 minutes, to look for entry signature for a buy of GBP JPY. All right. So for GBP JPY, remember last week Friday, yes, great. I remember clearly last week Friday, we're expecting price to take out this high and for it to pull back again into this zone here that we have. And this zone that we mark happens to be a fair value gap on the 1-hour time frame, which price tapped into. This is it here. Price really tapped into it proper early hours of this morning for the buy. Imagine you have your setup since last week Friday and just played out today. So this where price took off from is the entry for GBP JPY buy. And looking at it again, It gave this entry signature that we have here, which is the bullish engulfing. And when price tapped into that zone, you see this, you can easily shoot out for it. Well, this happened around 5:30 a.m. this morning, and I know most of what is still be on bed. All right. So what exactly should we now wait and look out for since price already did this? Two things happen. Is either price pull back a little bit more into this zone that we have here, which is this shoulder. If you look at it, this is a shoulder within a sweep of liquidity and break of market structure to the upside. So we are expecting price to retrace. This is a sharp move, which is the break. We are expecting price to retrace into this shoulder, then we can take opportunity to buy. And just as we said last week, it's two ways for GBP, and it's still playing out well. So this is the first entry with SL just below this level here, which is about 20 pips, and you just do your 1:2 or 1:3, and you get out of the trade. That's the first entry. While we have the second one still waiting for us somewhere here, if peradventure price violates that, then price is coming for this low. Look at this shoulder. This is a very clean setup for GBP. This is the shoulder, this is the sweep, and we've seen how that price broke this structure to the upside. So we expect that price will come back and tap into this shoulder, right? And even clear this liquidity. So if you take your first entry here and it doesn't move up, then it's coming to take out, use your SL as liquidity for this particular setup. So it's two things. If you are patient enough, you can wait for this. But if this is what you just want to get, then you can jump on it. And if you are benevolent enough, you can enter here with your stop loss being at this particular low. All right, so that is it for GBP JPY. And lastly, as we round up, we'll be looking at Euro JPY. For Euro JPY, what do we have right from the daily time frame? Remember, for Euro JPY, we've been expecting price has been bullish, so bullish to the upside. And just as we said sometimes last week, that for Euro JPY, what we want to see is that price, since it has moved all the way, has achieved its own objective, which is trading into this zone, which is this other block here. We are going to see it much more clearly on the daily time frame. This is it on the daily time frame. Since price already achieved its objective, Euro JPY already got to its own zone, waiting to for the sell, while others are trying to catch up. All right. So that's why for the past 3 weeks now, we're saying we are going to see Euro JPY ranging since it gets to this POI, and that's exactly what has been happening. We've been in that range, and we are going to see this range, last for a little while for GBP/JPY to achieve its own growth, and the other yen correlated pair like AUD/JPY for it to also get to its own POI too. All right, now if that is it, last week Friday we were looking for opportunity for price to come all the way into this level proper, and even sometimes for you to take out this double top that we have here. So let's check on the 4-hour time frame. What exactly is our outlook for the current move on Euro JPY? Now for Euro JPY, what we have now is much more clearer on the 1 hour to see, and this is it on the 1 hour time frame. We've seen how that this looks more like a typical box pattern because we have liquidity being taken out of because of the gap of last week Monday. We saw how that price opened with a jump to the upside and liquidity was swept. And now price came all the way back down to take out this liquidity point here, this low, and that gives us a break of market structure, a shift in market structure. Now we are expecting that price should buy all the way to take out this other liquidity point here, this high here. When price takes it out, then we can now begin to look for entry signature for a sell of Euro JPY. Now on the 15-minute time frame, what is the current move that we can follow through for Euro JPY? Now last week Friday, we saw an entry signature here, which this happens to be much more for us to take on Euro JPY. This is the shoulder, seeing the sweep of liquidity here, and we see the break, and we are expecting price to come and tap properly into the shoulder here, right? And since last week Friday, price has not really got into that POI. So, and also based on what we just analyzed on Euro USD, you see we are having similar pattern on Euro USD too as against Euro JPY. So what we're expecting to see is price to pull back all the way here for Euro JPY, right? We want to see price trade into this shoulder, and we are going to begin to buy all the way back up to the POI, that liquidity point we have on the 1 hour time frame, this liquidity point. So this is going to be the entry on the 15-minute time frame, and we can easily follow through to the upside. So this is it. This is our entry here with our SL just below this level. Can just make it 15p, just make it open 15p, and then we are targeting 1:2 or 1:3. Even if you can do 1:4 all the way to the upside, that is going to be the target of Euro JPY. So this is the outlook for every of our pairs, starting from the DXY, the dollar related pair, which is Euro USD, GBP USD, and also the precious metal we've seen our buyers for the week, and to Japan on the yen basket, then also the yen correlated pair, GBP JPY and Euro JPY. All right. So if there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box so that we can quickly look at it. And if there's no question, before we go, we would like to tell you that the PowerPoint 2.0 is up there waiting for you to come and give it a trial. And Falcon 2.0 is actually one of our most best performing EA bots that helps you to trade your account on a leasing basis. All you need to do is just to lease the bot for just $50 a month and get the best of it. So if you want much more information about that, you can reach out to us at Value Flow Trading, any of our social media handles, or reach out to us on WhatsApp. And even if it is a mail you are going to send to us at valueflowtrading@gmail.com, we'll attend to you properly. All right, till we meet again by 2 p.m. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. I'm Lekon Shemi. Cheers and God bless.